This unique little piece will help you change how you perceive frost and chill and the cool air around you in certain seasons. It might even change your perspective on calm, reflective experiences glimpsed in frost-coated windows. Relax for me, as a prelude, as the beginning. Ensure you are in a hypnotic place you find useful, conducive. This can be variant. Your eyes might be open or closed. You might be sitting up or laying down, or even swaying on the spot. The ideal hypnotic state is more of a state of mind than a state of body. Everything is calm and cool and collected there, your mind included. I will ask only some small alterations, visualizations, manifestations of you. Following along with them is up to you, but by the time I reach the end of a chain of numbers, a track and trail of descending hypnotic inductions, you will wish you were on the track, part of the chain, part of the trail. You will wish to see what is at the other end. So 10. It is time for you to climb onto this train of thought and let the ride carry you to deeper places, places where the associations, the myths of the mind, the thoughts which pervade your every moment come to the forefront, the surface, and are usable. You are aware of your environment. 9. You are aware of the air around you, of its temperature, its texture, its caress, and your mind follows with it. Feel how there might be cold out there somewhere. Perhaps seasonal frost on a window, perhaps snow falling, or cold rain in the distance. But you are in your hypnotic space, where we observe things. 8. We observe them practically. We reduce things to their purposes. 7. Your purpose in listening here is to discover a way to feel more comfortable, more appreciative around the beauty of cold. In particular, the spreading frost, the kind which looks like leaves laid over one another, the kind which looks like a pattern of leaves spreading over a surface where the cool meets the warm, at the point where frost touches the windows. 6. It changes, because there is so much warmth on the other side. Frost plays over the warmer, more intense places, coats them, but it also melts and makes water, beautiful patterns. Frost exists where the cold begins to melt, but also where it begins to be stripped away, where it begins to stop. Frost, in your hypnotic world where only the pleasant and appreciated sides of things exist, is actually something that interacts with warmth, like a friend. The warmth and the beautiful patterns of frost are really two sides of the same situation, the same experience. Think of your hated emotions. Think of the times when you might be a little less than patient. The colder seasons have lots of time for this to happen, lots of places where you can end up feeling hotter than you mean to feel. See the beautiful pattern of frost covering and moving across a surface, cooling it down. But you know the other side of the frost is quite warm. It has just been quieted down, made to steam by the melting frost making its patterns, and eventually the frost will run rivulets of water over whatever warming surface it has attached to. The frost can be something you carry within you. The beautiful vision of a brushed over 5 window, covered in frost, 4, covering the heat, helping it cool down. This is actually the friendliest part of this season, the embrace of those fern-like, leaf-like patterns of beautifully drawn icy frost across a warm surface like a window. See them. Take a lesson from them. 3. You see the frost in your mind, in your hypnotic space, the visualization of how you feel in this relaxed state where you listen to me. Perhaps there is room for a single small window or more, with the frost playing over it. When the inside of your mind is cool and relaxed, the frost is nowhere to be seen, because your need for it is low. 2. But when, as will happen in this season, you become hated, the frost is there. The lesson of frost, which exists only at the interface between warmer and cooler, making its patterns unconcerned and calm. Visualize it. You become hated or impatient. 1. Sleep, and in your mind's eye you see the cool, comforting frost over the window. Get lost in the patterns. The heat seems less important, the frost more so. And it melts a bit because your heat touches it and turns it to warm water. The patterns of frost. Imagine them spreading from you over the environment, over anyone else who may be in a heated mood. Just a brief, shivery reminder that everyone gets hated sometimes, and maybe some slowly melting water would bring them shivering to their senses. That is the pleasant image you should let come over your mind when things get a little too heated in the seasonal hustle and bustle. You have access to the memory of frost, the lesson of frost, spreading slowly, covering things which make you angry and making them look more beautiful, appreciated, or at least sillier. Envision someone getting brushed over with frost, which would instantly melt due to how hot and impatient they have become. So you keep visualizing it, them becoming a little shocked when all anger and bluster and impatience rolls off of you, because you have that inner visual, the beautiful pattern of frost across a window. But when it is warm inside the window, the frost turns to water and cools it down fast. That is you. Carry the image, the visualization, closing your eyes when you are impatient or losing your temper or feeling hot or frustrated or anxious. See that window with its spreading frost inside your mind's eye and let it take over, let it fill your vision, fill your mind, encourage you. Everything that is a little too hot this season, covered in those waves of frost, chilling it all out. But the frost is quite comfortable because it only exists where warmth and heat meet the cooling influence of the ambient air this season. And that is you. stay frosty out there. Keep the image. Count to 3, 2, 1. Use it. Breathe out a cloud of visible breath vapor because the chilly air reminds you of beauty all around you, and that if you get lost in staring at the frost, it is easier to stay cool. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed that, then please like, subscribe, and check out my other audio content at the links below.